Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. I'm one of your hosts, Big Matt, as you guys have come to love and know. MattyBets, joined by BigAL Bettor. How we doing tonight, Big Al?
I'm good, Matt. I am good. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. If you guys watched our previous videos, you guys knew that there'd be a setup change. As you can see behind me, no lights. Still working on that. We'll get there. Big Al, you got a new setup over there too. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good.
We're trying. We're trying. Historic day, actually, Matt. This is. I got this notebook before the season started. We are on the final page. Look, after that, cardboard. We're on the final page of the notebook. That means we've made quite a few videos out here. This is a 100-page notebook.
Yeah, just a couple of videos for the two boys over here. We've just been plugging away. Kind of crazy that it's already week 15. Uh, it's insane. We've made a lot of bets, a lot of videos, a lot of views, a lot of comments. It's been a journey for sure, and we're
It's been
just getting
awesome.
started. Honestly,
Just get started.
just getting started. We got the rest of the football season, then we got the playoffs, then we got the NBA. We're gonna be switching over to that real quick right after the season's over. So stay tuned for that. If you guys are basketball fans, just here in the meantime, welcome. Stick around for a while because we will be jumping into basketball at some point. But today's football. What are we talking about, Al?
We are talking about Thursday Night Football, Amazon Prime. The LA Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers in Santa Clara, the Bay area.
Okay.
It's a 2.5 point game. Rams are plus 2.5. Niners are 2.5 point favorites at home. Over under set at 49, at least on DraftKings. Not sure what FanDuel is showing. Um, it should be a fun game. I'm expecting, obviously, the book is expecting it to be high scoring. Based on the 49, we've got the Niners coming off a 31-13 game against the Bears, and we've got the Rams coming off that thriller of a 44-42 game win, shockingly, against the Bills. Matt, what do you think? What do you think of this game, and where do you see this thing? How do you see this thing playing out?
So first of all, I want to talk about the book real quick with you before
Let's
I
do
jump
it,
into my
please.
picks and stuff.
Yes,
Let's talk
please
about the
do.
book because on
Please
this
do.
channel we like to beat the book. That's why we
Mm-hmm.
started making the videos. That's why we're still here. Um, what do you think? Okay, this will be my first question. I'll ask you a couple, then you can respond. So first of all, I feel really insulted that the Rams are not favored in this game. I get that it's on the road, but you just beat the Bills, who everybody was saying was like either the second best team in the NFL or the first, if not better than the Lions. So first of all, you don't get any brownie points for that. It's a divisional game. You're playing against the Niners. Niners aren't that great, as we've come to see. And I don't know. In my opinion, the Rams should be favored in this game. And then also, do you think it's an overreaction and the book's trying to be on the opposite side of it? And they think that all of the Rams fans out there are going to say, hey, the Rams just beat the Bills. Now everybody's going to be putting all their money on the Rams to win this. So let's give them 2.5 points as well. Everybody's going to bet it. Niners come in here and win this.
I think it is the overreaction of the books thinking that the Niners are who we thought they used to be. So they're like, the Niners have been such a good franchise for the last 3-4 years. They've been winning, 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 winning. And so last week they put a thumping on the Bears. So they're like, okay, the Niners are back, is what I
Okay.
think the book is doing. And then they're looking at the Rams and they're saying, okay, they came off a tough game where they just managed to win against the Bills. They're going to be beat up from that on a short week. They're going to fall short against this Niners team, which looks like it's back.
Okay. I will say, if you guys didn't watch the game between Rams and Bills, like the score uh, kind of lies to you. The Bills had a great comeback near the end to try to get one more possession. Didn't work, but uh, the Rams were in total control of that game throughout the whole entire game. So yeah, the Bills caught up at the end, but it
Mm-hmm.
was like it didn't ever seem like the Rams were going to lose that game. So just in case you are betting, you didn't watch the game. I know that not everybody has NFL. What is it?
Red zone,
Yeah, Red Zone and what's the I
YouTube
can't remember.
TV.
Yeah, thank you. Sunday Ticket. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, not everybody has that, so some people just have the games that are available in their area. Uh, so if you weren't able to watch the game, that's how it went. Now jumping into my picks, I'm on the Rams all day plus 2.5 here. I think they're gonna win this game. The Rams need to stack some wins together if they want to be able to beat Seattle up for the division. I think that division is still wide open, as we both do. Like the Cardinals aren't really in contention anymore unless Seattle goes on a really big slide. But I like the Rams to still have a chance to win that division. So I like that there. Over under was tough just because it is a ton of points, but I like what I saw from the Rams last week, scoring a ton of points. Maybe the Niners are kind of back and we'll get a really high scoring, 30 to 30. I don't think it'll be the 90, 80, 90 points that we saw, Rams Bills, but I'll definitely be on the over in this game.
Okay.
What say you?
No, if you watched NBC, they do the Football Night in America before the primetime game starts, and they had Steve Kornacki from the election. He's doing all the board and everything, and he pulled up the NFC West and he showed the odds. So like the Cardinals dropped to 4%, and the Niners are at 4% to be able to win that division. The Seahawks, they started the day at 38, they jumped to 56, and the Rams are at 40% to win that division now because of their win over the Bills. So I'm with you, lockstep, plus 2.5 on the Rams and the over 49. We just saw the Niners score 49, or not 49, 49ers. We saw the Niners score 31 on the Bears, and we just saw the Rams put up 44 on the Bills. Like, that's a ton of points from both teams. Like, I mean, the Rams almost hit this number by themselves against a Bills team that has a much better defense than the Niners. What we've both been saying all year is the Niners defense has been the reason their team hasn't been as good this year. Their defense in years past has been dominant in being able to stop people. This year they have not. So I think Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams, those boys, they're going to be able to put up points. And Purdy looked great on Sunday. Obviously, he's
Stafford.
playing the Bears, but like the Rams defense isn't world beaters either. They're still a young, growing defense. So I think we're primed for an exciting, fun Thursday night game. So I like the over. And then, like, once again, the Rams have more to play for here. They're playing for the division. They need to stay within that one game of Seattle. Their schedule, like the last game of the season is Rams Seahawks. So that is going to be for the division. I have a ticket for the Rams to win the division that I purchased as a futures bet at the beginning of the season. They need to win this game. They know what's at stake. The Niners are just at this point playing spoiler. So I think it's all Rams all the way, and I do like the over.
Yeah, just to double back on what you said about Purdy looking good, I thought you were talking about Stafford. But yeah, no, Purdy against the Bears, as we've seen with the Bears, right? The strength of the Bears team has not been their offense this year. The only reason why they started off the season great was because of that defense. It's kind of fallen off the last couple of weeks, but it's still a decent unit, right? And Purdy looked great against them. The Niners looked great against them. And then you also have the Rams against the Bills. That was a better defense than the Niners, like you said. And we
Mm-hmm.
get them against a worse defense in San Francisco. Like, I love the matchup here for a lot of points in an exciting game, but I think the Rams are going to be able to get to an early lead and just kind of keep it same way that they did with the Bills.
And I will just say, like, I've heard a lot of talk. Like, I listen to a bunch of podcasts. There's one I've been telling you about all year long that I just hate because it's the Favorites podcast, and they're just so wrong with all their takes. They're talking about the Rams and how their season's over and how they've sucked all year. Need I remind people? I'm just going to say it because I feel like people forgot. Puka Nacua got hurt week 1 and went on IR. Cooper Kupp got hurt week 2, went on IR. They're both back. Like all those weeks where the Rams lost a bunch of games, they didn't have any weapons except for Kyron Williams, basically. Now
Right.
they have their weapons back, and the offense you're seeing now is the offense that was supposed to start the season. So when you look at the Rams and you look at their record, it's a little deceiving because almost all their losses came without Puka and Cooper. The only real big loss they've had since they've got their weapons back has been that Miami Dolphins game on that Monday night where they did look really bad. But that was just a one-off game. Other than that, since those two have come back and they've had Kyron running the way he's running, they look incredible. And Stafford is still Stafford. So I think we just have this in our minds. We're like, the Rams aren't that good this season. But over half the season, they didn't have their best players. And now those guys are back. They're playing well and they're healthy. And so I think we need to give the Rams some respect and be like, okay, this is the team that they could have been a 10-win team, 12-win team potentially if they wouldn't have lost their stars early on in the year. Week 1 with Puka Nacua gets hurt before halftime, and that game went to overtime against
Yeah.
Detroit, who's only lost once this whole season. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's something that definitely gets overlooked, I think. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a Rams defense that can. I mean, it's a Rams defense. I mean, it's not anything to like be super excited about. But it's an offense that can keep up with the Bills and a defense that can let the offense kind of still be in the game and not give up touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. It's a viable defense with a great offense, as we saw on
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, where the Rams, yeah, they can keep up with the best of them. Just it's any given Sunday, and everybody's healthy now, and that's the huge part of it. Like, and that O line for running football looks great.
Correct.
So, but that was a little long winded for you guys. I know we don't normally talk about that, but when you have a team like this, there's stuff that we need to talk about. And then also with the playoff implications, like going into these like primetime games, there's going to be a lot more playoff implications. So we're probably going to be a little bit longer winded of just talking about it, which is good for you guys that, we're actually credible sources. We know what we're talking about. And then also it just kind of breeds into how we bet and stuff like that too. So just throwing that out there. But let's jump into 4-pick parlays. What do you got for me now?
Okay, so mine it's not a massive payer. This thing's plus 700. I've got Matt Stafford to throw for 250. I've got Cooper Kupp to go for 60 plus. I've got George Kittle to go for 60 plus, and I have Brock Purdy to throw for 250 plus. Week 3, these two teams played. George Kittle was hurt. Cooper Kupp obviously did not play. Stafford threw for 220 without Puka and Cooper, and Brock Purdy threw for 290. So I like Purdy to go for 250 again, and I like Kittle in this game, being in this game and actually playing to go for 60. He's gone over this number 2 of the last 3 games. Cooper Kupp has been over 63 of his last 4 games, and then Stafford obviously is Stafford, and he threw 220 against these guys without Cooper or Puka. So I think with those in there, he's going to be able to get a couple big plays to get him over this number. So that's what I like here, and it pays out plus 700.
That is a great parlay, I will tell you. And I also will say I almost took Kittle, but I was going to be on receptions instead of yards. I almost took him for 6 receptions. Decided not to. It's just 6 receptions is still a lot for anybody. But other than that, and the person that I threw in there, we have the same players. The other 3 same players for our parlays. So I have Cooper Kupp. I went a little bit higher. I got him for 80 yards. And then I have both quarterbacks to throw 2 touchdowns in this game. We do think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I like both quarterbacks to throw 2 touchdowns. And then our last pick is Kyren Williams, 80-plus rushing and receiving yards. I know they've been mixing in that other guy. I forget his name. You might have his name on the
Blake
top of your head.
Corum.
Yeah, Blake Corum. I hate seeing him because I have Kyren in fantasy. But, I mean, like the run game is just really good. Kyren gets to stay fresh. They bring him in third, fourth quarter. He's the bell cow in the fourth quarter. I love him to get 80 yards here. And that pays out plus 914.
Okay. I will tell you, 914?
Yeah, 914.
I had Kyren on Sunday to get 100 plus rushing and receiving. No, just 100 rushing because I saw what Christian McCaffrey had done, and I told you guys in that video. I told you, Matt. I won't even say you guys, just you, Matt. He was in my prop parlay for 100 plus, and I always bet all the legs in my prop parlay singly too. So I was waiting for that to hit. Anyway, we saw McCaffrey get 65 yards rushing in the first quarter and a half that he played before he ended up getting hurt in that game against the Bills. So I was like, the Bills defense clearly they struggle against the run. So I would expect McVay to run the ball a lot. Well, McVay did exactly what I thought. They ran the ball 48 times in that game.
That's insane because Stafford's still a big
Between
game.
Kyren, Corum, Stafford, and they had Puka Nacua on a couple end rounds as well. They ran the ball 48 times against the Bills. Time of possession was 21 to 39 minutes.
That's insane.
Yeah, they knew. And what's crazy is Josh Allen scored 42 points in 21 minutes with the ball.
Yeah, that's
averaging
insane.
2 points a minute is insane. But anyway,
all 6 touchdowns. He accounted for all.
Kyren got 87 yards rushing on Sunday. And so he didn't even hit 100, and he rushed it like 28 times. But if I would have included the receiving, he definitely would have cleared it because he had like 20 or 30 yards receiving. So I like your 80 plus. Kupp, that seems like a lot for 80 plus, but we know Cooper Kupp. Last couple of weeks, he's had just these explosive plays. Like 2 weeks ago, they're playing, and Stafford hits him on this against the Patriots. Stafford hits him. The corner tries to jump the route. Kupp catches it on his hip, and a 60-yard touchdown. So if he gets one of those, you're almost all the way at the yards. And we know he goes to Kupp and Puka on third and long, third and mid. So he'll catch a couple. He'll catch 4 or 5 for 2, 3, 5, 6 yards, and then he'll get a big one. And so I like him for 80. And then Stafford and Purdy for 2 is kind of a slam dunk. I mean, Stafford's going to throw for 2 if it's high scoring at all. And Purdy threw for 3 last time they played. So
yeah, exactly.
I like that a lot.
And then we also have, just to double down on that again, Cooper Kupp's kind of like the death by 1,000 cuts. He always seems to be that way, except he does have a knockout blow too. Because it's like every time you see Kupp, he's always like, he's always running like a little 5-yard slant, 5-yard in. Like it's always like these short routes like the whole entire game. And then once you think he's going to do it again, he puts one move on you and then he burns you for 35 yards because you're like, this guy that I've been guarding the whole entire game, he's just been doing 5, 7-yarders. Like, and then it's just the one time that you don't expect it. He puts a move on you, gone for 40 yards. Matthew Stafford laser to him. There you go.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but Puka Nacua was actually on Pat McAfee's show today.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah, they talked to him and they were like, "Yo, hey man, how you doing?" How's they're like, you seem unstoppable. Like your catches are insane and you're just nuts. Like, how are you able to just get so open so easily? And he's like, guys, like I came in to this team with my skills and obviously I'm a good player. He's
Yeah,
like, but I've learned so much from Cooper Cup.
from
He's
number
like, when I
10.
got Stafford throwing me the ball and with number 10 giving me all these tips and tricks on how to get open and what nine's looking for, he's like, it's just broken. He's like, so I want to give a lot of credit to 10 because he's really he's really set me up for success out here. And so
Yeah,
it's like that just tells you everything you need to know.
you have a younger Cooper Cup on the same team that Cooper Cup's on, which is just crazy
Right.
because we've seen the chemistry with Cooper Cup and Stafford, and we're seeing the same thing with Cooper Cup or with Stafford and Puka, which is crazy because I thought
Right.
last year was a fluke for Puka, and then he came into this year, yeah, first week got hurt, came back, and he has been honestly unstoppable. Like he's not dropping
I mean,
like Jamar Chase numbers, but he's just
no.
reliable. He's making catches. He's getting 70 yards a game, like getting a touchdown. Like it seems like every week.
Well, he's a big basketball player. He was asking Cooper Cup. He's like, "Yo, you want to come hit LA Fitness? We'll go run some basketball." And Cooper, this was in the right after the season ended. And Cooper Cup's like, he's like, "I'll come play basketball with you, but if you come run routes with me, we gotta get training. We gotta run routes for." So let's go run routes for an hour, then I'll go play some pickup basketball with you for an hour or two. And so during the off season, they were running routes together, and he's showing him the ropes and like, here's what Matt's looking for, and ba da 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 da. So I don't know. I just think there's a lot of chemistry between both those receivers and Stafford, and so Cup for 80 seems super super gettable.
All right, touchdown scores.
All right, you want me to go first?
No, I'll jump into it. I like it a little bit more than you do. We're just going to kind of go with staples. It's going to be pretty easy this time around. We're going Isaac Guerrero at minus 160. He's the second favorite in this game. I'm not sure. It's somebody junior, I think, but their other running back is actually the favorite in this game to get a touchdown.
Who's other running back?
The Niners. They activated him from the
Interesting.
practice
Okay.
squad, I think. I don't know, but he's actually it might be the same at minus 160 over on FanDuel. But and then we got Kyron Williams at minus 155, pretty easy play. He's the guy over there. Then we got Puka Nakua plus 120. We just talked about him. Shout out Puka again. And then my reach is the reach for Ricky Pearsall at plus 500. Ricky Pearsall,
Hmm.
he's a rookie, got shot at the start of the season. He worked his way back. He's a dog. Just haven't seen the productivity that we've actually wanted to and the Niners have wanted to see from him on the field. Hopefully, in a game like this, where it hopefully and should be, in our opinion, super high scoring, super electric, super offense driven, I see him getting the ball, like getting more targets than he's been getting. So I see him with like 7 targets, maybe 3, 4 catches, maybe just one play is all we need. Get him into the end zone. And like I said, it's a reach for a reason. I mean, it's plus 500. Like, there's a reason for that. The books don't think he's going to score. Not sure if he's even scored this year. So I like Pearsall there.
Sure. Okay. Okay. What were the odds on Garendo and Williams?
Minus 160 for Garendo and then minus 155 for Kyron. So pretty much the same. They're like I said, the other Niners running back, they're all favorites just because the Niners run the ball so well. Like, I mean, throw
Right.
anybody in there as we've seen this year.
Okay. Okay. I just have my standard three. I've got Jawan Jennings. He had 2 touchdowns last week. It seems like him and Purdy have had a great year together. They've got some chemistry going, so I like that a lot. I've got George Kittle at plus 125 over on DraftKings. George Kittle's just the guy. He had 150 yards last week, but no touchdowns, so I think he finds the end zone this time. And then I've got Cooper Cup at plus 145. He did score a touchdown last week, so I almost thought about taking Puka because my take on it was like Puka had one 2 weeks ago and Cup didn't. So I was like, Cup's due. Then he got his. So I'm just hoping he can find the end zone again. And it is the Niners. So I just think all the stars will shine in this one. So I've got Cooper Cup at plus 145.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, taking Puka wouldn't be bad. He had 2 last week, so you'll definitely, in my opinion, you'll see regression there. But I still see that he probably still gets another one. So
No,
yeah.
Nakua's nuts, dude.
Yeah, he's like he had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Like, what are we talking about? He does everything there.
Yep.
He's kind of like the Debo Samuel, just with better hands.
And way bigger.
Yeah, I mean, and
He's
probably
6'3",
faster.
dude.
Yeah, he's a tall
He's
receiver.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
he's a big dude. He's like a DK Metcalf running around there. He just doesn't look as big.
Yeah, exactly. But that's all we got for you guys. Thanks again for watching this video. We'll catch you guys for our Sunday video. We do all the games. We have, we don't do 4 pick parlays. We do like 6, 7. We do a prop parlay. We do a touchdown parlay. We also have our teasers. Very profitable, by the way. yeah, and we got our locks of the week for you guys too. But other than that, anything else you want to add there, Al?
No, just thank you guys for watching. We do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And shout out to the 3% female viewers out there.
There we go. Shout out. We'll
Shout
catch
out.
you guys in the next video.
Peace.